to go, but gotta stay. Someday soon, oh, you'll say nothing escapes the rolling sea. Not the past, nor you and me.
Damn. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with my guy, Cory, Scott, childhood friend. We go way back. We're talking before teenager.
2 years or so?
In my opinion, basically forever. This is the guy, though, who gave me the $100 Amigo special straight from his elementary school. They were throwing it away. And he's the guy that basically got me to be doing all this, the guitar thing. And I thought it would be interesting to bring in someone who's been playing for...
We figured it out today. I've been playing 20 years now. Started when I was 8 and got my first guitar in the 2nd grade and took some lessons. And then I'm 28 now, so 20 years of playing guitar.
Okay, so right now, in front of you, we have 20 years versus a little bit over 20 days. And that's the contrast I wanted. And what better spot, by the way, to be than out here on a Saturday, under the bridges, playing some acoustic guitar, and talking about what it is that we love about this art form, this passion of ours now, which is crazy to say, honestly, even hearing myself say that. 20 days in, and this has already become something that I love. And maybe we'll begin with you. As someone who's been playing as long as you have, what is it that keeps you coming back?
Just the fact that I can do it. I was given this gift of music at a very young age. It was a really important thing in my family. And no matter if it's a really bad day and I need to pick me up, or it's been a really good day and I need a way to celebrate, I can pick up the guitar at the end of the day, strum a few chords, sing my favorite song, and you just feel better. You get that dopamine release. I mean, life is good. It brings me tons of joy to play music, to listen to music, to sing music, to do it with friends. I mean, that's the ultimate. I mean, music is the universal language, and so you can share and exchange that emotion with others. So getting to music with others is probably the best form of that. So
yeah, and that's something that I have never experienced before. I've never played an instrument. I was forced to play piano at a young age. Never really took to it, but now being here 20 days in or something like that and experiencing what it's like to talk about chords, talk about the guitar that you have, that you gave me, it's a new language, I think, that I'm able to communicate with you. And that's a new voice that I have now. And it's something that I really, maybe to start this off, I just want to say thank you. As someone who introduced me, you were a gatekeeper for the guitar, I guess. You gave me the guitar. And that's one of my favorite things. So I was recently hit by a drunk driver. I have a lot of downtime. I have a shattered leg right now. And this has been nothing short of an outlet for me. It's something that, like you said, on a good day, on a bad day, is always there as an option. It's an outlet, a mental puzzle that I can put my time and effort into and see progress. And that's been one of my favorite things as an entry-level guitar player, is just learning, and not only knowing that I'm learning, but hearing it. It's so different.
It's, it's the visual effect, but more of the audio effect, obviously with a guitar, of your progress. You can hear the progress that you're making, which is really cool. And even in 20 days, you've come a long ways. I mean, you're playing a lot of different chords now. You're moving on beyond the cowboy chords. You're getting to the dreaded bar chords, the F chord.
The F. Don't ask me to play it. But speaking of playing, maybe at the start of this, since you guys have heard me play this ukulele enough, why don't you play a song for us real quick?
Sure.
One of your choice, and I'll let you guys enjoy.
Yeah,
enjoy the view, enjoy the sound.
This is a real simple song. It's 4 chords in total. Pretty popular song, so you may recognize it.
You know, even seeing you do that now. So before I started playing guitar, I would love the sound of that. It would be amazing to hear. But now seeing the chords you're playing, I recognize a lot of those, and it makes me think, okay, I have an appreciation now for your ability to even play something, whether it's something as simple as that or more advanced song. I have another layer that now I can listen to music from a experience standpoint, I guess. And that's been cool as a beginner. Super cool.
Yeah, and like it's the beauty in the eye of the beholder, right? It's the same with music. Like you're gonna play, like I played that song with my own strumming pattern and my own pace to it, and then I could hear how I would sing it, and that song can take on different meaning for me then too. And it's beautiful in my own way, and it's beautiful in how the original artist who wrote it, you know, made it sound. But I can personalize it for me, which is what I like about it. And we were talking kind of too earlier, like these are portable. Like you can go anywhere and play this. We're underneath a bridge right now next to the river. Next to the river.
We're fucking around on a Saturday, bro.
On a Saturday. You can take it to the campfire. You can play it in a concert hall.
Yeah.
You can literally go anywhere with it. And so it's
your guy.
Yeah, it's like a portable piano in that way because you got all these different notes and keys, and you know you put a slap of capo on here, and it's a completely different sound.
Yeah,
you know?
and right there when you were playing that, these two chords that you played. I remember that was one of the first things I learned how to play, which I didn't exactly play anything there, but it was just that rhythm and playing two of the simplest possible switch ups. And that it's like what you said though. I felt something there, and I remember when I first played that I was kind of having a down day, and I just sat in the garage just strumming those, just boom, boom, boom. And in a weird way, it spoke to me. And when you just said that, it clicked. Yeah. You're remixing music that might have been made by someone else. Someone wrote a tune, but you can make it speak to you in your own way on whatever day you might need it.
Well, and think about just like you started 20 days ago and how smoothly you can start to transition between those, because it's like riding your bike. Like you're going to fall a few times, right? But then slowly you learn that muscle motor memory and that balance, and then you can stay upright for a little bit longer. It's the same with playing chords and progression too, you know? Once you get that muscle motor memory down in your head, you don't have to look at your fingers as often. You don't, you know, you can move around the guitar much quicker as you become more used to that, you know, fine motor movement. And then you can start playing more complicated things too from there. And even after 20 years, like I still struggle with a lot of chord progression because chords only get harder and harder and harder. You can make some really, really crazy chords.
Yeah, and moving up the fretboard.
And moving up the fretboard, and then doing pizzicato between strumming and playing individual strings and muting others. I mean, there's so many different ways. Like we were listening to some awesome music on the way over here today.
Shout out Tim Henson.
Yeah, just
crazy shit.
Crazy, you know, classical guitar style stuff. And they're slapping the guitar. They're getting harmonics off the fretboard, and it's just, you can play this so many different ways. This becomes a percussion instrument as much as it is a stringed instrument.
Shout out Marcin.
Yeah. And so I love how universal it is as an instrument as well.
But you don't. This is the thing, though. Like to your point, this is what I've been practicing recently. Is just this progression of chords, which is very simple. And it sounds like shit, but I notice though, as I'm practicing, I'm getting better at it.
That was very fluid. You're going from all those different chords very fluidly.
Even learning how to play a C. I remember texting you saying, dude, how the fuck do you play a C? And now I can play a C. And then I can switch to a G. And then I can switch to a D, an E. And then I can play with two fingers down. And then I'm over here, you know. All of a sudden, what happens? Wonderwall appears. Real quick, can we get you to play Wonderwall?
No, absolutely not. I will not play Wonderwall.
I'm over here, okay.
I don't dislike the song, I just don't need to play
as
it.
a noob, here we go. This is going to be the chords of Wonderwall. On cue, ready. My guitar is horribly out of tune.
I mean,
But yeah,
it's like jazz, man. It's okay to play the wrong notes. It's still music at the end of the day.
a roast for all the jazz players out there.
Hey, I love jazz music. I listen to jazz music all the time. So
But look, my fingertips are calloused. If you guys don't know, when you learn to play acoustic guitar, part of the pain is in the fingers, as well as the ears, I'm sure, for you and you guys. Maybe you give us another song that's not going to be painful for the ears.
Sure.
Let's see what else you got in queue. I just did a Wonderwall drop, so I mean...
The Wonderwall
or
drop.
a not wonderful wall.
Yeah, this is Martin and Me by Zach Brown Band. One of the first songs that when I got really back into guitar in high school and was playing for school and for some variety shows and stuff. It's just a beautiful song, meant to be. It was written for just an acoustic guitar on its own, to let the brilliance of the guitar shine out. And it's a Martin guitar, so it feels really fitting to play this song. So.
That was beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Is this the song that you were talking about where the lyrics of the song relate to the guitar, metaphorically speaking?
Metaphorically, it relates to the guitar and to the stage of life that he was going through, and just how he found a lot of strength, and how in the simplest thing, right, when they're talking about, the woods and torn from his home, right, that guitar started as a tree, somewhere, and it was torn from its home, but became something else and beautiful and meaning to somebody else. When you're hanging by a string, the strings of the guitar. So I love that metaphor between life and the guitar and his relationship to it. And like in high school, you go through lots of different things, and I just, for some reason, like that song connected at a lot of different points in high school for me. Forgive the awful singing right now. I'm kind of got a worn out voice from the first 4 weeks of the school year right now and talking more than I normally am.
Yeah, this guy's a school teacher, so.
But, either way, like I love in music when you get those metaphors. Like for me, my favorite songs are those ones that you can relate to so many different life situations. And I feel like this is a really universal song. It's easy. I mean, the hardest one that I played on there was that B minor chord, right? And it took me a long time. And I would do a compromise to it. Instead of playing that B minor, I would just go E minor to get that minor sound, and I could still sing on top of that. Now, it wasn't quite the right sound. And even today, I missed it on the first two tries there. I hit it on the third one. So that third time that I play that chord and that small little snippet of the song I just played, finally connected on it. But you're going to make mistakes. Play through those mistakes, right? Because you got to make 100 different mistakes to learn and to make that learning experience that's really going to imprint into your memory and last, and then you'll make changes to that and you'll become proficient at playing, and then the world becomes your oyster with a guitar, and you can do anything.
It's interesting that this started by me asking if this is a metaphorical song, and then right there, that's a perfect metaphor for life. Play through the mistakes. You're going to make many mistakes out there, and just like in guitar, if you keep going, you'll learn, you'll get better, and you most likely won't make the same mistake again.
Yeah.
Or at least
and
for the 10th time.
It's kind of like the fake it till you make it too, a little bit too. Like play through that mistake. Who knows if the crowd notices, or whoever you're performing for, or even yourself notices the mistake that happens. If you keep playing, if you keep going, you're going to find beauty in a different part of it. You're going to nail the next part of it, right? Don't linger on that mistake. Keep playing the song. Because when you stop, that's when the song sounds bad. But when you keep playing past that mistake, the song can still sound really good.
And that's one of the things as a beginner that I'm a slightly heady person, but one of the things I love about guitar too is all the metaphors to life. You are sitting here with a different guitar, but you're able to play the same chords. Everyone makes a different sound, but it can still be music.
Absolutely.
Even on a $100 Amigo compared to a $1,400 Martin, you're still playing your own notes and you're learning. We're all learning. Even you, 20 years later, you're still learning versus me 20 days later.
Oh, I'm terrible.
If you're terrible, then I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know.
I'm terrible, but I'm
am.
getting better. That's what I say. I'm terrible, but I'm getting better.
But see, that's the thing, though. You are still experiencing this almost in the same way that I am. And when I was thinking about this video idea, let's get both of us next to each other, totally different stages in this process. It almost feels like there's no difference between us. I'm having wins that are coming from playing the simplest shit, and you're over here having wins that are coming from trying to do bar chords and all this arpeggio or whatever, all these things that I'm completely unable to do, but you're still getting an enjoyment out of that.
And you can circle back. Like, I played this song in high school. That was over 10 years ago for us now, you know? And haven't played it in a while, so I'm going to make a few mistakes, but it's interesting. I played it 2 or 3 times today now, and I'm getting that rhythm back. I'm getting where, you know, I need to hit the note at the right time to match when I'm singing vocally. And going through that, it's really cool how your brain and your memory and your body picks up what that is. Because it's so much of playing guitar and singing is the feeling. Like, you know when it feels right.
Yeah.
You know? Same with, like, when you're balancing on a bike, right? You know when it feels right. You know when you're coming out of balance. And so getting back to that balance that you find, it can take a little bit. I'm a little rusty. It's been a crazy school year so far for me. I haven't had a lot of time, which is kind of sad because I do use this so much and I need to get back to it because I use it as that release at the end of the day, you know, emotional regulation and just joy too from it. And it adds a lot. And so I really should probably start adding it back into my life more than I've had time to do lately. But if I make the time for it, I'm going to get twice as much out of it, you know? So I have to get back to it. And part of that is just forcing myself to sit down. So have an excuse like this to make me, I mean, I played the guitar more today than I have in the last couple of months. But my cup's filling up right now. I mean, that dopamine release is real. It feels good to be out here in nature playing too. That's another just awesome element of this music and this, you know, guitar is that you can take it anywhere and you can go and
it's
enjoy
there
it.
for you at any time. It doesn't matter if it's raining, snowing, beautiful day outside, you're by yourself, you're with a friend. You can bring it with you. You can play it in so many different situations, which means that it can be a rock in your life, which part of the reason I really want to emphasize this thank you is because it has been that already for me. I've completely exited bad moods from playing guitar in the garage, even if it sounds like ass. Sometimes it sounds good, and that makes me feel good. If everything's going wrong in my day, that one C note to the G, to the D, to the E minor, I'm over here like, damn, bro, you got it. And if I'm not making progress anywhere else in my life, I know that I can at least be making progress here with the guitar. And I don't think that ever changes 20 years in or 20 days in. You have it as an outlet. That's probably one thing that we can both completely agree on.
It's the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah.
You know, like you got, like you were just saying, there could be anything happening in your life, good and bad. You know, it could be any season of the year, and you have something that you can go to support your mental health and give that emotional release and connect, you know. And I mean, I also get like a feeling of productivity. It's kind of like, you know, we both work out a lot, right? And like exercise is a huge part of our life through not just working out, but, you know, playing sports and other things like that. It's that release. It's an outlet. It's an outlet. It's supporting all those other, you know, areas of our health, you know, from a holistic picture. And this is just one more way that you can support it, and a rather easy way too. I mean, you don't need a $1,400 guitar. You can get a free after the school district used guitar, and you can still get that same joy out of it.
And I never got that. Okay, so I've been an athlete my whole life, and my body has always been an outlet. But now with a broken leg, I'm really limited. And this was interesting for me because even though you think of playing music as a more mental enterprise, it's physical entirely. I mean,
absolutely.
Muscle memory here is, I would argue, more nuanced and complex than muscle memory when you're running, lifting, cycling. It's just different, but the same. And that was one of the biggest realizations I made was, wow, this is I would never call it a replacement, but I would say it's an alternative to physical activity. You're using your body.
But it is a physical activity.
It is
it's still a physical activity.
But it's also, interestingly, so mental, too, because I don't know, whenever I work out, this might be a parallel here. I listen to music, and now I have a situation where I'm moving my body, I'm using my body, I'm listening to music, but I'm engaged with the music, making songs my own, like you said, even if they're just 2 chords. I think that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and you're like, think of like a performer on a stage. I mean, they're athletes up there. I got to go see Ed Sheeran over in Minneapolis 2 summers ago now, and the guy was dancing around for 2 straight hours on a stage that's rotating while he's playing all his own music, and he's just dripping in sweat, but he's dancing, he's singing, he's moving his body, he's playing the guitar. I mean, it's a full body workout performing like that. And so you can definitely get a lot of physical out of this, as much as you're getting the mental and emotional and everything else that's, you know, wrapped into playing an instrument. And like I was just saying, you know, like, just like working out, I can do nothing all day, but if I had a workout, I feel like I was productive. I could have done nothing all day. If I practiced guitar for a few hours, I feel like I did something productive with my day. Like, I made music, I benefited, I released that dopamine, that serotonin in the brain, and really, you know, get those positive vibes flowing through the body.
And then the next day you have a benefit that you realize, okay, I slept on it, now I can play my C chord better.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, maybe you can pick one more song for us real quick, and I will play, just to give a contrast here, I'm going to just play a little chord progression, and then we can compare 20 days versus 20 years. Here we go. So this is just some goofy shit that I've been working on. And actually, I'll go to this one. This is kind of one of those things where as soon as it's recording, I swear I'm way worse. No, I'm nervous. He's making me nervous.
No.
But now
I'm nervous.
Now that your ears are bleeding, you can listen to him.
And watch, this is like my 3rd or 4th time playing this song today, and it could be my worst version of it. You never know.
All right. With only the sky above for a roof. What if your friends were there, laughed at your jokes and shared sweet soft air with you? Wouldn't that be good? Oh, you know it would. Scroll. Wouldn't you like to find yourself there sometime, ducking when the bow swings your way? Whenever we make plans, you tell me you're a busy man, that you would like to go, but gotta stay someday soon. Oh, you'll say nothing escapes the golden sea, not the past nor you and me.
Damn.
Maybe my best version of the day, actually. That one hit. That was pretty good.
I swear, okay, the one thing, 3/4 size guitar versus Martin, the bass in that is amazing. But what a better way to end it today. I hope you guys can hear the ducks and the geese in the background. I'm here with my guy, Cory, the donator of the guitar, my brother. I love you, man. Thanks for introducing
Love you too,
me.
P-Dog.
20 days versus 20 years, doesn't matter. You can have a good time, right?
Absolutely.
Thanks for being here, guys. If you got any comments, leave them. Shout out, Cory, once again.
Shout out,
Appreciate you,
Preston.
brother. Love you, my guy.